man. Peaky fucking Blender.
Hello, how you doing, man? You alright?
Yeah.
So we're hanging out with the Offspring here in this container. So we're hanging out with Deryck from Sum 41. I saw on YouTube, you know, there are so many like comments under your recent interviews. And they are commenting funny stuff. First of all, it's like your physical shape. Well, that's obvious. Like you probably train. Do you work out a little bit or something?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Like 10 push-ups in the morning?
No, cardio. Bike and swim and stuff, yeah.
We're doing Ironman competitions. He's too shy to mention it, but so he's biking, swimming, jogging.
Yeah. And also the second thing, maybe even the more important thing, people were commenting about your hair. It's like you got awesome hairlines in your age. You don't lose hair, you know. But guys, like 60% of American men, I saw the statistics, you know. They lose hair, and you are one among the 40%, the lucky ones.
Right, yeah, we still got our hair. We got it.
My friend's got a girlfriend and he hates that bitch. He tells me every day. He says, man, I really gotta lose my chick in the worst kind of way.
You know, I got a story for you. The post-Soviet Union kid like me, born in '86, you know. When I was like 12, my father always gave me some small money and I went to buy a CD. And I once went to the record store and I saw Americana, the album, with a guy that has this thing on the leg, right?
Welcome to Americana. Please make your selection followed by the # now.
And I saw Forrest Gump and I was like, hey, this guy looks like a young Forrest Gump. And I had no idea who Offspring is because the post-Soviet kid, right? I didn't know. Although my father was listening to the presidents of the United States of America and stuff, but I didn't know you. And I remember, guys, the first moment, like when I played the Americana, you know, the intro, and then Have You Ever, you know, and something really just like changed. And I was like, oh, so the music can sound like this. Who were your icons in that time, actually? Because you weren't just listening to punk rock. There was something more, or it was just punk rock itself.
Well, punk rock was what got us to want to make our own music. That's the music that really hit us in the heart when we were young people, you know, trying to find our own way in the world and find our own music. Before that, of course, it was like probably our dad's records. You know, both our dads listened to Creedence Clearwater Revival, you know.
That's what I meant.
Still love Creedence Clearwater Revival, you know.
Were you in the band, like in a school? Because I remember when I studied in America, I was in the band, you know. This is how I learned guitar. Did you play in the band in the school, like in the middle school?
We never did that. No, just no.
I played trumpet in the elementary school band, like 6th grade.
Oh, okay.
6th grade.
Got it.
But I didn't do the marching band. Yeah.
Some of your songs, you know, they seem kind of prophetic almost, like Kids Are Not Alright. I mean, until this day, right? When you saw in this neighborhood the things that were happening, right? And now you see things are still happening, and like every third young adult takes antidepressants, you know, and kids are just, they're really, I don't know what words to use, like sick or just out of themselves, or how does it feel like to make a song and after 20 plus years and it's still truth and it's even more truth?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm honored, I'm flattered that people still relate to it and they think of it as something that they can identify with, right? It's a shame it has to be that
I
way.
kind of wish people would stop relating to the song because it's kind of a bum out, right? But yeah, I mean, that song was just about people that we saw growing up, really. You know, I don't think we foresaw the rise of antidepressants, you know. I think Opioid Diaries off the last record probably talks more about, you know, the abuses of the pharmaceutical companies. Yeah.
Hard to see, fragile lives, shattered dreams.
What is the punk rock, some of the punk rock band that you really like nowadays, like from the younger generation? Because, you know, for some people, it seems that's why they like your shows, and it's always sold out because they want to feel that not just nostalgia but the style. Who's the other good guys right now? Because somebody is losing a little bit, like more punk rock on the scene, you know. Who's the good guys right now? What do you listen to? What do you like? Who?
Oh gosh, first of all, from Australia, Amel and the Sniffers are one of the best bands happening. Just phenomenal. Amel and the Sniffers. Amel. Yeah, her name's Amy, but they're kind of like Amel nitrate. And Plague Vendor are a local band in Orange County that I love. I think they're great. We've done some shows with them, and they just put on phenomenal shows. There's always stuff happening. You know, my son plays in a band called The Grin locally, and I go and watch him play, and there's always like cool, young, up-and-coming bands. Some of them remind me of stuff we were listening to 40 years ago. A lot of this stuff is really cool, though, with a new twist to it, a new take on it, you know. And I love seeing the new kids, you know, struggling to you know, thrash it out in small clubs like that. It's still happening. It's awesome.
Is your son Noodles the guitar like you? He plays
He plays bass guitar, a little bit of drums as well.
Yeah. Doc, what is your favorite band right now? For like some youngsters? Or what do you listen to, like when you go home and you have a time for yourself?
The older stuff, you were mentioning a lot of some local bands, up-and-coming bands. There's a cool new band called The Garden that a lot of people like and stuff. So there's always something cool happening.
Guys, thank you so much. Thanks. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, why do you think I'm so messed up? Let me see the hands in the air. And yeah, I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am. Don't know where I am.
Mr. Harrison with me.
Yes.
How are you
I'm
today?
very well, man. Are you?
Yeah, I'm a little bit tired.
Yeah,
but
everyone's saying that, to be honest. I was like, it's day 4. I'm like, you better get fucking crazy, Sinatra. I'm gonna be mad.
yeah, can we start first with your drip check? What do you have right now?
Oh, what?
I'm in love with your drip check all time I see.
Oh, my check. Oh, literally, I've got a pair of striped trousers on, ring, waistcoat, me cross from Ozzy Osbourne, me gold ring, chain, and a cap.
On the cap. Yeah, and this is your ideas, or you just have your stylist?
Always my ideas. I make clothes with my girlfriend, so my girlfriend makes clothes. We always talk about things, and yeah, this is what I like and want to look like.
Pink socks?
Pink socks always, yeah. I forgot about them. They're always on, so I forget.
Your favorite color?
Favorite color, Sex Pistols pink.
All right. Different show, different styling?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I've got a couple of things. I've literally got like 10 outfits in there in a wardrobe case that I'll pick every night. I think I'm gonna go for a kilt tonight. I think it's like that kind of vibe in it. Going into war.
Don't forget to put your feet in the grass. Tell your mum that you love her. Say you cleaned up your act. Give money to the homeless man. Help him buy a bar. When you're buying your morning coffee, ask him how they are.
In a few days, you are releasing your new song, Breakdown.
Yes, I am.
What can you say about this song?
I'm really excited about it because it started as a track that I was never gonna put out. I made it for myself. I feel like it's a time in my life that's kind of weird because I can feel myself changing, and I think when you change and when you grow into another person, it's scary because you kind of get used to the world as it is, and then something changes in your life and you don't know where you are. And I wanted to write a song because I have this inevitable, inexplainable darkness inside my head. I get quite scared because I can turn anxious or depressed really quickly.
Anxious of what?
I don't know, that's the question. That's the hardest thing. It's kind of fear of the future, fear of failure, fear that I'm not good enough, fear that I might have made someone feel bad. I think it's like almost inexplainable, and that's what's the hardest thing to kind of comprehend and figure out. But I wrote this song, it would make me ground myself, and I wrote this poem for myself about like, make sure you realize what's around you, touch, smell, fucking drink, whatever. I feel like I wrote something for myself that would bring me back down to earth if I was going to cancel plans last minute, or if I was going to feel shit when I was waking up in the morning. And then my manager heard me playing this song. I was like, what is that? And I was like, oh, it's nothing, I just wrote it for myself, 'cause it doesn't sound like a typical Yungblud song. It's got a drum and bass beat on it. He's like, bro, you got to put this out. And I was like, why? He was like, you just helped me by hearing that. People are going to love that. People are going to really relate to it. So I'm putting it out.
Yeah. In your new song Breakdown, you get a lyric something like, tell your mother that you love her.
Yes.
So the question is, where was the last time you tell your mother that you love her?
Probably this morning.
This morning?
She rang me this morning, yeah. She was like, oh, because I stayed in Prague last night, and I was like, I always find it cool when I'm in a cool city to be like, yo, look where I am, and she was like, whoa, saw the river and that, and I was like, love you, and she was like, love you too, have a good show. So literally about 5 hours ago.
Hang on. It's just a fucking funeral. Where the fuck is everybody?
You got also Ozzy Osbourne in one video. Did he give you some tips about how be the successful in the music?
I think what he said, Ozzy's a legend, man. I think Ozzy's really similar to me. A lot of people compare us, not because we make the same kind of music, but because we have this same energy and craziness that people either love or don't understand. And I think he just said to me something amazing when he gave me that necklace. He said, listen, he was like,
This was his neck, like
his necklace, yeah.
Oh man, come on.
Yeah, Ozzy's necklace. He just said to me, he was literally just like, never apologize. Be yourself, and people will understand you later. And I was like, that was so cool to hear from someone like that, because he's always been free. That's why I've loved Ozzy Osbourne ever since I was like 3 or 2 years old. I think he was always this crazy guy who was just free and said what he wanted and led with his energy. And I think it's cool to have someone like that in my life. Now even when I know the family, but before I knew him, or before I met him, I felt like he was in my life, you know what I mean?
So your favorite TV show was Osbourne's?
I loved the Osbournes. I thought it was fucking genius. It's classic, man. Yeah, you can't fuck about that. I love that shit, man.
Yeah, Kelly was the biggest fan.
Kelly, man, I love Kelly. Kelly's a fucking legend.
She was anxious one time, like something like that. This is my birthday.
Yeah, literally, Kelly's a fucking legend. She's still like that. She's honestly, is what she says on the tin. If she's got a problem with you, Kelly will fucking tell you.
You got also a song with Ollie from Bring Me the Horizon, Happier. You filmed the music video in Tokyo.
Yes.
Why this aesthetic?
We were in Tokyo together. Yeah. We were in Japan together. And I think it was the only time we could get together because we were both so busy at the time. We had this sick song, and it kind of sounded video gamey, and like we wanted to be arcade, and like we found these dope arcades in Tokyo, and we're like, should we shoot a video there? And we're like, yeah. It kind of got that. It sounds kind of like an arcade game, so we were like, that'd be dope.
Take me by the hand, take me somewhere new. I don't know who you are, but
Yesterday was here also the show for Avril Lavigne. Then Avril Lavigne is some kind of soundtrack for my youth and my first relationship.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think I felt like she was the artist that looked like me, that sang songs that represented my emotion. You know what I mean? I feel like she was emotional, but she looked like a rock star too. So I was like, when I looked like this as a kid, I was like, oh, that's who I relate to. You know what I mean?
let's go! Jump, jump, jump,
Crazy.
All right, so we gotta go. So the last question.
Yeah.
Low life is a movement, and I was thinking about the message is to go out and fight the world, or the message is stay home with friends and don't care about the world?
I feel like it's fucking day by day for me. I feel like when I wrote Low Life, I really was anxious and didn't want to leave the house, but now I'm in a different place, so it means something different, and now I want to go out and fucking fight and make the world a better place. You know, I think I love that song. It's been such a dope moment in the set. I can't wait to play it tonight. Everyone gets on each other's shoulders. It's gonna be fucking skanking.
Right, so Destroy today, the crowd.
All the fucking way, man. Final day, wake up. Don't, like, everyone's been saying to me, I'm tired. I'm like, that will not fucking fly tonight.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for coming out, man. Bro.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Let's do it, try it one more time. In too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under, 'cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under, instead of going under.
It's really cool that we can actually meet, you know, that you do interviews. And we were talking before the interview that, you know, some of the questions might be still repeating through the years and stuff. But actually we had, on our show in the radio, we had Simple Plan like few months ago. And they were saying that you were touring together and stuff. And Jeff was telling me that, you know, these guys, they're probably some 41, they will somehow end their career or stop the concerts and stuff. So I'm really happy to see you here.
Yeah. I mean, we've got about 7 more months of touring. We have our final show that we're going to do is in January in Toronto.
But January 2025, right?
25, yeah.
Final show. Wow.
No, I'm not the one you thought you knew back in high school. Never going, never showing up when we had to.
Dude, what you like to do in your free time? Like, is there any hobby, like particular thing that you really enjoy, or maybe that you would like to cherish it in the future? You know, to do something that really sparks your interest.
To be honest, I don't really have any free time or hobbies. Everything is based around music.
Yeah.
So whatever I do in the future will be something to do with music.
Yeah.
That's all I'm very one-dimensional.
Yeah. I was actually talking yesterday with Offspring, and I was telling them, I said, guys, you're so lucky since you are in this punk rock culture, and you still have hair in your age.
Yeah,
because like 60.
We've all got great hair. Yeah.
But you too, actually. So you are among the luckier ones.
I don't know if people would consider my hair great. I have it, but I don't know if it's very good. But.
Okay, man. So enjoy tonight. You're playing at 11:30.
Yeah.
The Night Owl. Are you like a really like a night person?
I could be anything.
Yeah. Multi-dimensional, universal being, Deryck. Deryck, thank you for the interview, and have a wonderful time after all this ends. Because I'm saying ends because it never ends with you and with the music, but enjoy. I'm still curious where we're gonna see you.
Yeah, me too. I have no idea where it's gonna go.
Kiss night. Thank you for coming. See you next year.